just sum up how you're feeling after getting your hands on that magnificent trophy.
It's just amazing. Actually, there's only one other trophy was probably a bit heavier, and that's the world, you know. I thought I was going to pull a muscle when I lifted it. I thought, don't do it. I nearly slipped out of my hand. But no, look, just absolutely amazing to come here and win. And it never really matters. Obviously, we turn up, we play all over the world. If you're not winning, it doesn't mean anything. And yeah, to win here is special for me.
Coming here this week, did you believe this was possible?
No, probably not. I actually thought after last week, the way I played, I had a nice little 3.5 weeks off, and I suppose I'm not like your normal dart player, you know. They can infuse themselves with darts all year round, 300 and whatever days a year, and I'm not like that. And if I get time off, I have separation from it. So I have family time, other stuff, and do what I want to do. And I appreciate sort of when you do get them times and that, like I've just done with them 3.5 weeks, you know, I value them just away, but it can sort of guilty, yeah, for sort of trying to pick myself up in the meantime. And yeah, nice to win.
Off the back of the Worlds and obviously Bahrain, that flight home can be a lonely place. Was there a bit of soul searching, thinking to yourself what had gone on, and can you reproduce what you've done in the past?
I don't think that's a worry really. If I've not put a lot in, and that's what I'm guilty for, so look, it's on my neck. But if I've not put a lot in, then can you really go out and expect to achieve great things? You know, sometimes I have to play myself in to get myself right, to get myself to win. And that's it. Look, like I said, it's just fell early. You know, I would have. Maybe next week I would have said, yeah, I've got an argument, but this week I want to give myself a chance at the start of the week.
What is it about the World Series that seems to bring the best out of you? Because you've won in Australia, America, now here, winning all over the world. What is it about these events that seems to bring the best out in you?
I think just taking it over the world, I thoroughly enjoy it, you know. I can remember 2 years ago, obviously never got Premier League and stuff, and Matt, me and him had a good chat in January. I've never mentioned this, but look, we had a discussion and stuff, and he said, well, like World Series, go on that, get yourself back, and I have to admit, it really helped me that chat, you know, just having that with him, and that's the greatness of the man. So for me, sort of coming out to these places, doing all this stuff, and Netherlands already established. So we're not really, I don't think that you're going to grow out much bigger, it's just going to carry on. You know, you're already there. You're already world-class players, world champions. It's not really about that, but to come here and have that sort of surroundings in what, like with the World Series, it's just truly amazing. I have to admit, sometimes I wish I played like that on TV, you know.
Congratulations.
It's been a heck of a weekend for you here. Numbers have got better and better every game, including in the final. You must be really pleased with the way you've played.
Yeah, I have to admit I was probably a bit guilty for enjoying it actually towards the end, and I know it gets tight, but look, that's just the nature of the game, and I actually prefer not to run away with stuff sometimes because I can go to sleep, you know. When I'm 4-2 up and I come out, I get an early break in the next leg to go 5-2 up, I sort of switched off. And I think him coming back, it just switched me back on. So yeah, very grateful. What I would say, one chat on Steve, absolute amazing man, great family, and do you know he's done miracles for himself. Whatever he's been doing, credit to him and all, because look, I knew him 4 or 5 years ago when he was going through his trials and tribulations. You know, it was tough for him. So look, credit to him. 2 finals in 2 weeks. I would say this though, I'm glad I won.
Yeah, it might cost you a few quid in extra baggage though, it weighs a bit, doesn't it, the trophy?
I don't think I've actually got room, so
okay.
it might be 120 quid for a new case. Got a spare case, Joshy?
Last week you couldn't hit a double to save your life. Today, over 50% for the tournament on the doubling. You were clinical today, weren't you?
I think that's part and parcel of my game though. Do you know, not putting myself down or anything, and not putting my opponents down is sometimes I'm more clinical at the back end of games, but I don't hit as many 180s for instance, and I'm hitting more at the minute or whatever, and when I'm into it, you know. But they score better than me, but probably from a 250 mark or a 201 mark, I've really learned to sort of excel there, you know. I love to go out and be in the next Luke Littler and hit all them 180s and stuff. It'll make my game easy, because then I'll be really good.
You mentioned that downtime, having that time away. Do you think it's something some of the players need to have a look at? Because it's getting busier and busier for you guys at the top, isn't it?
I think the difference is, I think the way to look at it, or the way I look at it, I think, look, you manage your schedule. That's what you have to do, and being a professional and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I've burnt myself out before, but it's no one else's fault, it's my own fault. If I keep pushing myself and I keep going, that's going to be the way to do it. So, yeah, there's a lot on their calendar, I can't dispute that, but at the same time, you've got to manage yourself, and you've got to learn how to manage yourself. For the early ones coming in, if they do greatness straight away, a bit like me first year, you know, it's a harsh learning curve, but you still have to manage it. And you might not get it right for a year or two, but you will get it right if you keep trying, you know. There's nothing at the end of it feeling burnt out and stuff, and you never play well. But look, as a professional, that's what you have to do. That's why I've got a great team around me, and they help me, and they say, oh well, maybe not do this one or whatever, and I might feel fine. But if I'm stubborn and I go, 3 weeks later I might be the opposite, you know, and then all of a sudden I might miss 2 weeks.
Cheers, mate.